What's going on in the world tonight? That's
What's
what's up. What's
what's
up,
going
Gary?
on? What's going on? What's going on, man?
Man,
Out here
grinding.
grinding. Yeah. Grinded. Man.
Just do it.
Jinx. Yeah.
Let's see. Are we live in Top Agent Experts? Guys, we're having uh, some issues to be able to get live. I haven't had issues like this since I don't know, probably before I was streaming. Me and Gary have been sitting here since I don't know, an hour messing around with it, some updates or whatever. But we got a lot of things to cover tonight in a short period of time. So this is our month in review with Top Agent Experts. I normally go live, talk about homes sold in the network, things that had happened, things that are coming up, and also how many agents we had added to our group. We have a lot of new partners. So, what's up, guys? Welcome. I got to meet a lot of you guys that have recently launched with us and currently building with us. Got to meet you in person for the first time. Shout out to you guys that made it to build. Build was phenomenal. I've been, hitting our masterminds, I don't know, since 2018. And I talked at one of our side events when Jeff hit 5,000 people, and I hit right at 2,500. So congratulations to Jeff, and thank you, Jeff, for hosting a Top Agent Experts private party, covering the drinks, getting the president there, even Michael Valdez, getting Gene and Brent to come and speak at our event for a few minutes, and then being able to introduce me. I'm thankful for a lot of people in that room, and I really am. That night was so touching to me, and I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I love you guys. I love what we're doing, but we're definitely in a shift, and we're feeling it. But I can tell you, when I left that night, and I can remember somebody was like, "Man, you're like all these pictures and people were pulling you around." I said, "This is what happens when you have real impact on people's businesses, but you don't get to actually get up and go to work with them every day. It's kind of weird. It's like you get to see them in person. Some people shorter like me. Everybody's like, "Man, I thought you were taller, Adam." And it's like, "Nope, I'm 5'5", and I'll probably be 5'5". And then like Drew, shout out to Drew. If Drew's on here, Drew's on Zooms with us a lot, and I'm like, dang, what's up, Drew? And he's like, yeah, he's like, everybody thinks I'm shorter from the Zooms, right? So at least I get the taller end of the stick on Zoom. So I appreciate it. But got Gary with me tonight. I asked him to hop on because we got a lot to stuff to cover. I want to kick off with the building and empire list. So let's just go ahead and get into some of this stuff to actually touch on what we're going to talk about, guys. We're going to talk about a new master tracker spreadsheet that we have built, that we're extracting all the information from enterprise and populating it onto a spreadsheet. And so if you guys want this spreadsheet, comment below, and then we're going to start to build a list. And it's once we have this set up, we've been working on it for what, Gary, 2 months now?
About 2 months, 2.5 months. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And I've been showing it to a handful of you guys, and you guys have been seeing it, but you guys have said, man, can I get my hands on it or whatever? When I let this go to Top Agent Experts, I want it to be for scale, and I don't want any coding or it's going to be non-tech. It's going to be as simple as extract and upload, or export and upload. It's going to be pretty simple. And so the guy that we have helping us with that, he's a phenomenal guy. And so drop your name if you like what you see, and we can help you guys get set up with some of that stuff. And we want to, I wanted to, kind of dig into that. And then we have a new resource guide coming out. Because when I'm looking at how the calendar's posted, and we're adding a couple of new calls in here. Shout out to the people that help run the Top Agent Expert side HUDDLE in Dallas. Thanks to all of you guys that stepped up and did an amazing job with that. And the feedback is, in terms of an upper end mastermind, you guys are wanting some type of huddle or something like that. And so look forward to, different criteria is getting you in different inner circles and at different tables or roundtable discussions with the ballers and Top Agent Experts. And so I'm looking forward to getting that off the ground. I know Matt Smith is really pushing that initiative with that. And we used to have some of those things a couple of years ago until we've all kind of been spread. I don't want to say then, but we're all running our different calls and bringing value in different ways in a different manner. And there's just a lot of people that don't know about Brenda and the onboarding website, and then how she's helping you guys get live. And there's changes with corporate that is going to be essential, that she's going to be playing a role in as well, being able to log into technology with EXP as our assistant to be able to help get your people live, and or different links of like, where do you find this? Where do you find that? And so Gary and the team have been building a resource guide that I want to be able to cover, and a couple of other things. And we'll be kind of in and out tonight. But let's look and see who killed it in August. So let's see here. give me 1 second here, guys. We're gonna share our screen. Bada bing, bada boom. And let's okay. Do we still have audio? Can we see if we're like?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but can you guys on Facebook? Because I'm not logged into Facebook right now, but let me go ahead and log in here real quick. But congratulations to Josh, man. Josh is just killing it. I tried to get Josh on the call today. We had him a couple of months ago or so. Shout out to Lauren that asked me to jump on here because he's seen one of his YouTube videos. Josh relocated, to a new state, Florida, from Texas. And so he's getting the family settled in and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to being able to get, Josh back on. Drew, what's up? Killing it. Michelle is on fire right now. If you guys got to see Michelle speak, she definitely represented Top Agent Experts on stage at the Build event. So if you guys get to see Michelle or able to work with her, you guys are definitely blessed. She is a leader amongst leaders. Michelle, thank you. I appreciate you so much, and everything that you're doing with us. And Michael, I love it. The builders show up to events, right? You're flying into a new country, not a new country, but a different country other than your country. And you've been consistently doing that for about 3 masterminds and a couple of corporate events. And it's starting to show in your business. So I appreciate you, man. You were definitely a young hustler, and you're going to look back, 5, 6, 7, 10 years from now, and you are going to be leading the pack with the new school of the cool kids. And so I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your dad. I appreciate Richard. I appreciate seeing your sister there. I appreciate getting to meet your mom. Like we're all in with this together, guys. Like, this is one big family and one tribe. I did miss Benicia, man. Benicia, is on fire there with Tierney in Dallas. And so sorry, Benicia, I missed you. She's too busy printing money. She bought a bank or started a bank. So she's over there on, that Federal Reserve, just printing money. Who cares about selling houses, right? I appreciate you, Benicia. We need strong women in the network like you. To Christopher, to Chasten, hopefully getting fired back up. Chasten, thanks for everything that you did to help out with executing there in Dallas with things. And, Gerbic, much love. Jenna, I love everything you guys are doing out there in Florida. You and Jerry, I love seeing you guys show back up and all of us feeding off the energy, and everyone else on the list and everyone else that, had sponsored a partner. It all starts with one. And I have a story where I hopped in a cab, and I'm gonna real quick talk about Zach. Zach was sponsored by Gerbic. Zach has been rocking with us, I don't know, for a year and a half or something like that out in Florida. Mike got him to, start building a team. I've been on calls with him. He's talked to me a handful of times, but we all happen to be shifting the way my plans got changed, and me shuffling around to dinners and, who I'm getting in front of that night or helping or, whatever it may be. And Zach was like, hey, you can jump on my Uber. And so I'm turned sideways. I'm sitting on people's laps. And then me and Zach is talking about agent attraction. And we're talking about how I liked his branding with the worry-free listing stuff. And I told him how I, redesigned a lot of our stuff. And you guys will be able to see it here soon. All this stuff's almost done. We've been showing it, to clients and partners and slowly leaking it out. But it's pretty slick. And I was, we're talking about marketing and design. And then we're getting into agent attraction. And we went to dinner with 40 people. And, Zach's table was, we were placed upstairs with about 20 some people or whatever, tables of 8 to 12 broke out. And Zach was like, man, I've been a prospector. I've like know how to call, like, and now, you know, Gerbic has me building this team and I'm building it and it's growing. But like, you know, there's just something about picking up the phone and calling a peer and having a business to business conversation, right? Or whatever. And so I was telling Zach, just pick the damn phone up. You are a prospector, like you are Zach. Like, and so, and I said, just get in a cadence with me, check in with Gary. So then he, you know, he's got on a call with me and Gary, shadow what we're doing at CRM Grow. He got on my calendar yesterday and him and I just hit it off. And then he said, dude, I made one call and I have one person and I think they're going to join and they're a quality agent and all that. And I said, how many people did you call? He said one. Thought he was going to say one contact, one call, and got one person to move their business over. Like, it's like almost like he said 100% done as of yesterday. And so, you know, him and I was talking and he's like, you know, I could have kept making some more calls, but I wanted to end on a positive note. So I said, God bless you. All you need to do is make one call. The power of one. Just find one more deal, make one more call, right? And he was at the end of his work day. I think he said he got done working and he's like, he's negotiating with himself, right? He's like, I'm going to make one recruiting call. I'm going to make one call. And look what it is. And then it fired him up and it's just a sense of like, okay, it's not that bad. It's a big victory. So congratulations, Zach. And then, so like we're rapping, going back and forth about, you know, my day and different things like that. And I said, hey man, I said, what did you want answered from me today? I said, like, let's get to, you know, what we're trying to solve, because we're always trying to solve problems. We're not trying, we are solving problems and on these calls. And he's like, nothing, man. He's like, you told me to say get on your calendar every week, every other week or whatever, because I'm not busy. I'm busy for the people that I have to chase and busy for the people that are getting ready to get ready. But I'm never too busy to get chased down a hill by a lion, but I am busy and I'm tired if I got to push the donkey up a hill, right? And so it's like we all feed off each other's energy. I get in slumps, right? I have insecurities. I have bad days. I have days where I don't want to do things, right? And I'm sure, Gary, you're the same way, right? You're
absolutely.
Like, right.
Very rarely, but absolutely.
Right. But we're human, even Gerbic,
yep.
right? And yep. Other people. And, you know, a lot of people, even at Build, they're like, Adam, I miss your energy. I feed off of it. And it's like, get on my calendar and book yourself and let's go. Let's keep this thing building right into EXPCon, guys. Build 22 was my biggest event. And by agent count that I know of. For an example, Michelle brought a brokerage of 180 some people, and I met this lady at the top agent expert, you know, private party Jeff threw for us, and him, you know, hitting 5,000 and everything we've all done. And she was on the phone and she kept calling people, this broker, right? And I said, and I'm trying to talk to her, and Michelle's like, hey, spend some time with her. So I'm like hanging around her and she's keep making calls. She'd come back and talk to me. And then finally I said, hey, like I can come back later because I'm getting pulled a million different ways. And I said, can I ask like what problem you're dealing with or fire? Because I was going to try to, you know, let her know that she wouldn't have any of these issues, or EXP would take care of these things, right? Or she wouldn't have certain debt or responsibilities or liability, or, you know, it would like, and she's like, I'm fired up and I'm making calls to see who wants to partner with me on this thing. And I said, are you calling your agents? Like, and already telling them? Because I'm like, don't do that yet, because it's about exposing the right information, you know, at the right time to them. She said, no, I'm calling people that I've known a long time and letting them know this isn't what they thought it was. Right. And so that's 180 people. And then there's a lot other people that damn near every person that was there hit the join button. It's like, how can you come and see what you've seen at Build 22 or any one of our other masterminds, because they've all been phenomenal, and not hit the join button? So the builders are there, guys. All of us are showing up. I've missed maybe 4 events in 4 years. And some of those were outside of my control. But at the same time, guys, let's get your tickets for EXPCon. And let's go. And I actually have some slides and some downloadables that I'll show you at the end. But I just wanted to tell that story about Zach. Pick the damn phone up, make a call, right? Like you never know. Like you can make 5 calls and have 2 good people, 3 good people. And he knows the, you know, the variance and the averages. He's like, I know I'm gonna have bad days and nothing. But for somebody that is just getting started, and then have somebody that's fired up, interested, they want more information, they're saying that they're going to join off one call. That's all that it takes, guys. And that's what I started with, that message from Ed Milet, when I didn't follow that guy or watch too much of his stuff. And actually Mike Sherrard in Canada, he's in the Alpha group with me, and he posted that from their mastermind. And I was like, I resonate with this guy and this story so much. And I said, this is what we all need to focus on: the power of one more listing, the power of getting one more buyer pre-qualified, the power of getting one more home under contract, the power of making one more call to help somebody that needs our help because they need EXP. EXP is a safe landing pad. Our financials are out, guys. And I talked about them on last month's live and how to position them and use them. It is safe here. Now, let's get into, we added 116 agents, guys. We're getting back on track with agent count. We've just moved into agent attraction season, by the way, for the people that, you know, aren't in the brokerage building or team building side, or they're just getting into this right now. As of last week, when the sprint series kicked off, okay, until we get busy with selling houses in spring, it's go time. People are looking at their numbers. Did I hit my numbers? Am I connected with the right leadership? Is the vision here big enough for me? Is the opportunity big enough for me? Right? Am I locking arms with people that are doing or have done what I am trying to do and going to do? Right? And these questions are going through even some of your guys' head in Top Agent Experts. That's why we have to re-recruit our own agents, guys, and touch our people and even love on them. Because I promise you, I can't have relationships with all 2,500 of you guys. I can't. But I can have relationships with the ones that want to lean into me and they want to build and they want to sell more houses. And Gerbic and Gary and Michelle and like everybody, Blake, Matt Smith, the list goes on for days. Jonathan Leahy, all of the people, they're doing what they can do, but you have to lean into them, right? And I promise you, you follow these systems and you start selling more houses, you're going to be able to attract more agents. But if you fall out of rapport, which Gary, when we had our retention call, Matt, God bless him for his vulnerability and his honesty to say not this last build event, but in 21, right? He, you know, something happened between him and another person, fell out of rapport. She left. She had her opinion, right? That's a huge like learning lesson, because I promise you, if you're not dating your agents and you're not loving on them and you're not spending time with them and you're not listening to their problems or their goals or what they're trying to achieve, I promise you someone else is. I promise you that. And so touch your people, figure out what they're trying to achieve, get them plugged in, and hopefully this resource that Gary is going to show you will help. And so we can go into the resource, Gary, or we can go into the master spreadsheet.
Let's go to the master spreadsheet, because this is the bomb.
Go into the master spreadsheet.
Yep.
So let's hop into this, guys. What up? All right, we're good. So go to the color sheet real quick. All right. So it started off with this. Gerbic, Jeff, for the people that have been around and remember Trent had been with me a long time. Okay. And we had built cool stuff like this. All right. And so I was thinking, you know, like I'm making a big investment in my front lines again. Like we figured out tap rooting, we figured out building an empire. Like a lot of my stuff was inbound. Like, yes, we figured that out. I had to figure out duplication. Now I'm having to go back and have more of an outbound approach and inbound approach with data management and building relationships, providing value and sequencing different pieces of information that are very relative and relevant to what that agent is needing or trying to do in their business, whether it's a new agent, team lead, franchise owner, like whatever it may be, top producer, low end, struggling producer. And that's how we're going to unlock over 40. And we have a big database with a bunch of people that are on the fence about to fall. Actually, we have actually signed up a couple of people this last month. And you know, I think we're at 29, as you're going to see. But we're definitely going to make a push to get to 60, 70, 80 FLAs, and that's what's going to give us 40 FLQAs because we're right there on the border. But there's a couple of them that are going to sell houses, and we'll be right there at 22. And you can see we're right at 2,500 agents and all of that fun stuff. But you can see over here, maybe, I don't know how clear this is on your guys' screen. I don't know if it's fuzzy or what, but let me pull up one of like my spreadsheet that I had. Gary, maybe if you want to break it down real quick, and then like let me take a drink and pull up my spreadsheet on this end, but kind of talk through what we built and what we're looking at here, and then I'll fill in some color.
Yeah, so from there, so here you got all the shiny, pretty stuff, pie charts, bar graphs, and then all your data tables are right here. This breaks down everything. So this data is pulled into the dashboard, and so here what you have is you have your sponsors and their active agents. Up top you have here in line item 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have agents that sponsor 1 to 4 agents. How many of those? The percentage?
22%.
Yeah, 22%. And 2.57%. So this thing is really dialed in as far as metrics and at a glance numbers. As you can see, then as you go across, you got active agent count, you got agents currently onboarding. Then the next column down, couple columns down, you have active agents onboarding, total 29, and then you just got caps, all their percentages. So this is okay. Dialed in.
Yeah. So I got my spreadsheet now because I don't know how it's streaming over there in the group, guys, but okay, I got it pulled up now. You know, it's fascinating that 22% of this group has helped build this thing to 2,500 agents. Thank you to the 22% that is building their empire and actually creating leverage in their business and helping others and demonstrating some leadership. It's phenomenal that this has been built off 22% of the people that sponsored 1 to 4 agents. And the people that sponsored 5 to 9, that group is even that much more elite. And this is the group that I would attempt to get into, because when you talk about the mastermind with top agent experts that's coming, the roundtable, there's 64 people that right now that will probably get next month's invite only. You know, and there could be a different one that would follow maybe that second month once we set the tone with that group, and it would go out to the 552 agents that's brought on 1 agent or more. And so I love it, man. And we're right there at the 2,500 agent mark. And so the people that are building their empire and building something for them and their families, you guys are amazing. But I also want to give Chasten a shout out, because this over here that you see, you know, on line 11, this isn't people that they have, you know, the size of their group or people that they have brought on that's no longer here. So that is personally frontline sponsored agents that hangs their license here at EXP, right? And currently paying their fees and all that stuff. So you can see we're at 29. Down on line 21, Michelle's 29, Matt's 30, Tierney 31. You know, Gerbic, shout out to Gerbic 35. Joshua is on fire, and look at Michael Dougal. He actually asked for an updated list. So hopefully, Michael, you're able to see this. So overall, you're right there in that 3rd spot in top agent experts, man. Congratulations, dude. You're phenomenal. And when I look at you young guys, because all of you guys, I call you young guys, I'm 40, but I know you guys got families and businesses and ballers, right? But people still call me a kid, put it that way. All right. So, but the duplication piece and building through other people is like next for you guys, you know, to get down. And so like, these are things that I had to master and incorporate in my business. And then I had to come back and, you know, add more video into my business again and start to build databases, whether it's inbound and outbound approach and things like that. And so these are, you know, frontline sponsors. You know, Grant Johnson was, you know, at the event. Beverly was there. Daniel, shout out, was there. Jenna was there. Drew was there. Matthew was there. Blake was somewhere in Texas, I heard. Had a wedding, though, giving him crap. Benicia Like all Tierney was there, Chaston was there, Aaron. Um, I didn't get to meet him in person. I don't know if he was actually a build, but I've heard phenomenal things about you, Aaron. I can't wait to meet you in person. I see what you're doing inside the Top Agent Experts, and I see the influence, and I definitely see the impact that you have on other people's business, man. Salute. And it's like those people are all a build. They're going to be at EXPCon. The builders show up. Big decisions get made at big events, like 180 people, or all the other people that signed up. And so like when you go over here and look at my agent breakdown per level and all of that stuff, it's all pulling from this sheet, and we'll show you guys how to get this set up. But go back to the color coded sheet. The career total of revenue share is over $2 million, guys. And I know numbers are down, a little bit this year. And I don't know, when the last time we, done a refresher and update with this, but, it's going to be interesting. We're going to if we're going to hit that million in terms of rev share, this year, but a majority of the money has been made last year and this year. The first couple of years was building this foundation, slugging it out, trying to replace income and rebuild a power squad that we have today. And we're about to go on an amazing run with the infrastructure and the leaders and the people and the agents and just everybody. So thank you guys. But you definitely see from the shift when you go over here to the bottom where it says rev share KPIs, and we had that bad month. Granted, like we're closing way more than the houses here. This is just with uncapped agents tied back to the revenue and the rev share. All right. And so 789 homes closed by, the agents are at the bottom. You see the red. I don't know how clear that is, with 466 agents. Now, if you want to back up to July, right, we closed 956 homes with 546 agents. And, obviously we're closing, more than that, but we can't currently track uncapped agents, but that is coming. And the dashboard and all that stuff is coming. And so agents joined by month. We can break out and track that year over year, as you guys can see, track the revenue year over year, active versus inactive. And it's pretty interesting looking at the nutrition rate and going back and looking at the agents that left or are inactive. The producers don't leave. We've had some producers leave. Yes, for whatever reason. A couple of them, I know the stories, and a couple of them I don't. But they weren't mega producers or big producers. And so the producers don't leave. And so we went back and we started surveying these 1,500 agents. And it's interesting getting the feedback. And then I've been doing, what do we call them? Strategy sessions?
Calls. Yep.
Strategy calls with these people. And I've been getting feedback on how can we improve? How can we get better? Who was their sponsor? What could we have done differently? And I have a couple people that, it just, they were sponsored, then their sponsor left, or they were new and interchanging with the broker system. And so they needed more help. And now like it's 3-4 years later, and they're off and running. And then they're like, man, I'm surprised you remember me, because I kind of remember being in that group, or I remember your name. And now you're personally taking a call with me. And so we're engaging with some of these people. However, if their sponsor is still here and there was no issue or anything like that, guys, we're plugging them and asking them to go back in the same position in the line that they were in, right? We're looking for orphan people. We're looking for disgruntled situations or anything that we could maybe flip back around, with that. And I think we've pretty much stayed caught up, with those surveys. I know we had one today that got rescheduled because of the double booking, but, I've been having one a week. I mean, we're doing a lot of them, but one a week. And it's usually, positive feedback, or they got abandoned somehow, some way. There's only been a couple of interesting like calls where I told Gary, it's like, Gary, I'm not getting on that call. It's like, I know that situation. I know them. It's like, no, they are negative. So anyways, I like it, guys. I can't see your post. If you guys are making, let me go over here. If you guys are making posts, go click the link to where we can see your comments or whatever over there in the group. So, yeah, so like we're going to get back to over 1,000 closings a month with the uncapped agents. We got back, we need to be about 120 new agents joining. So 116, I like that number. And with the revenue share at where were we at for the year? Right under 600,000. Right under 600,000. And I know revenue share pays out again. It'll pay out another 60, 70,000. And I know it's down, guys, but I told everybody, be prepared to lose 25 up to 40% of your business. And then we're going to build the infrastructure to go on another run. So I'm really blessed in the grand scheme of things. So that will put me at 650,000. Scroll down to overall rev share. Will I break 2.5 million? It will be interesting. Yeah, I believe so. But so go back to the other summary when it's pulling from all of that. And then obviously there's other tabs pulled in here. But if you guys would like something set up for your revenue share group, or to be able to dig in a little bit deeper on some of this stuff, drop your name. Say, hey, put me on the list. And then, the cost that, for me to get this set up and working on this over the last couple months. And then with our spreadsheet guy to get you set up. And then also the best part about it is there's going to be no coding, no tech. And so once it's set up and he gets you all wired up and, it should be as easy as downloading and then uploading every single month to keep this rolling over. And if he has to do some maintenance, he's, full time with us as of now, we're building out either ISA sheets and other things. Right. So, and maybe you can show a little bit of that, but let's move to the resource guide. If we don't have any questions with that, I just wanted to show them that real quick. If you kind of go through a little bit, Gary, of what you set up here, let me catch my breath for a minute.
Yeah, so basically we're just trying to create something that's at a glance and easy to navigate through, where everything is just on, just one resource. So you kind of start from the beginning with, great first steps on onboarding. And most of the stuff is with Brenda, like the pre-launch. So you just got the links here to start there. So these top three that I highlighted green is for when you're joining or onboarding, because that's the first steps to help you navigate through and make that kind of painless on the onboarding process. And then as you scroll down, you have the calendar. Some great things on the calendar, some sessions and coaching sessions and things like that. And so again, all the links, just one click takes you to either the Zoom or whatever the connection is. And then as you scroll down, you just have an index of pretty much anything that you would probably look for. We had to use all the resource pages that were already available, but we just put it all in a table of content, if you will. Just to make it easy breezy for everybody, from the letter of intent to cap deferments. Then you scroll down, everything's right here. So basically, you just click on the link, the hyperlink, and it just take you to the page. So
actually, let's click on something for an example.
Okay.
This is big, guys, and for you guys that are focus on agent attraction and the leaders, this is the very first thing you should be getting your people when they're hitting that join button and or the the pre-launch website. And even like we can click on that. Like this is the letter of intent, guys. And if you're not using the letter of intent right now, there's a couple situations where we talking about our group and us, we lost out to a couple of big projects and big partnerships that we were working on for over a year. Okay. But when I look back, it's like I no longer enter into any agreement to give up time, energy, help, work corporate into things, disclose numbers, coach you, help you for free without a letter of intent, because it's just like with a buyer agency.
That's right.
It's like you're not going to work with a buyer without a buyer agreement on file, even though they can cancel at you at any time. And the letter of intent just basically holds their position with you for X amount of time. It doesn't commit them. However, it does show that you're working with them and you are going to be the one to influence them versus them working with 4, 5, 6 other people. And then whoever can promise them the biggest pile of shit they sign up with, right? It's like, no, it's like, so use this letter of intent, guys. And it's real. If Jonathan Leahy's listening, when I knew Jonathan Leahy was a high profile person, well connected. And I know I've been trying to get him on a call, and him and I've been hit or miss. And then Jenna, shout out to Jenna, reconnected us back together. And then, we started working back with Dave Kennard, the president, and it took a year. And by the way, Compass at that time was offering him $100,000 cash. Good thing you didn't take that money, Jonathan, and you hit that join button with us, even though you didn't get it. Like, you were asking for stuff with us, but there's a lot of other people poaching him and found out that he was doing his due diligence. He's talking with people, right? But we had that letter of, that letter of intent on file, right? And so use these things. And I promise you, if they're not willing to sign a letter of intent with you, then they're not worth your time, and it's not serious, because this isn't serious. Just like a buyer agency agreement isn't serious.
Absolutely.
Now, the calendar and some of the other things that we post every single day, it's become redundant, guys. And so I'm looking at shoring up the calendar where you can click a button and it will put all the top agent expert stuff on your calendar, similar to like EXP's link or calendar. And then it's just reoccurring. And so Brenda is going to be having this guide, and she's going to be able to get it out here soon. But for now, the links are also on the website, are on here. Like, where is Amanda's Monday call, right? Yeah. So you can click it, and the Zoom link is right there. Like, right? Boom. Facebook. Or it takes you to her Facebook deal.
No, it'll open up. It'll open up the Zoom. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Or let's say you want somebody in pre-services. Let's look at what we built to help you guys with getting them in our ecosystem. So Brenda gives them white glove service, and they can have a good experience to get live, and they can know exactly where they need to be. They get their tour, or she just keeps them on task. Did you click that website? Did we go to it?
Let's see.
That's the group. Okay, yeah. So right here. So this is the website that I know that they're inundated with emails, and I know EXP is looking to shore that up, and they're changing a lot. Like, there's a lot of changes coming with EXP, and we're going to see it here soon with onboarding and the dashboard, and the like transparency of single agent sales in their state, and then even nationally, and then teams in the state and nationally. But this right here is ensuring that somebody from our group that's invested in with all of us is focused on educating these people on what they should expect, what they should see, where they should spend their time if they're a newer agent, or if they're a team leader, or if they're whatever level they're at, because you could show up and feel like you're wasting your time, or there's no direction or anything. And so let Brenda Florida quarterback that, but she doesn't know if you're not getting these people into our system with top agent experts, right? And so the resource guide, hopefully you guys will appreciate and you guys like, and it's not 100% done, but I mean, it's like Gary, they've done a good job with it. We've been putting notes, we've been adding links. The most asked questions or things of where to find what, or like whatever that we could document, that we're constantly asked. And there'll be some other videos and other things put on there, but for the most part, I think that we've added everything there. And so hopefully you guys will appreciate this attraction resource guide, and we look forward to feedback. Any feedback that you guys could give us, please give it to us. And we're looking forward to make any changes or anything like that.
Any additions,
and this will be live soon. And then the new, I got to work with Brenda, but the new distribution of links, because I don't want that feed just bogging down top agent experts feed, seeing the same post every week, every day. And then like my alphas or the betas or the other, top building an empire leaders, they're like, we have to scroll so much. And it's like, it's tough, right? And so the cleaner that we could keep that feed, but still keep the links, the visuals, and all that stuff where the new agents can find it, or people that don't remember or whatever, still readily available. That's what we're looking to do. And so Yeah, hopefully you guys appreciate that and look forward to the feedback with that. You got anything else on this, Gary? Let's move on to
no. It's pretty simple, cut and dry.
cool. And Brenda don't even have that final version yet, but it will be going out to you leaders, and some of you guys asked to see that over the last couple weeks, right? All right, cool. What else do we have?
We have this the cost analysis. You want to go over that?
Okay.
Or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any comments, any questions? I mean, I'm not logged into Facebook and I don't see anything over here. I had to rehook everything back up. And so normally the questions would be coming through the Be Live app or anything like that. Is there any questions or anything, Gary, over there?
Nope, no questions. Just a couple people want to be put on the list.
Man, this is a quiet group tonight. Cool, guys. Well, the last thing that we're going to cover is a sheet that we had to build for Canada. I know we have a lot of different sheets that show, the cost of EXP or, how to run a team and the percentage of a buyer split with EXP split with transaction fees. But a lot of you guys are speaking with single agents. And what we ran into in Canada, my very complex spreadsheets, they don't register up in Toronto, right? Because Gary, the average sales price is what, $1 million?
$1.2 million.
Yeah. Right, like $1.2 million. So I got one comment from. So okay, so could you see him?
I see it now.
Okay, so you saw. Okay, cool. Hey, Steve, thanks. But yeah, so $1 million, $1.2 million, $1.5 million, and so we're used to talking about selling a lot of houses, like 50, 100, 75 as a single agent, with a couple admin people, or now it's time to build a team and get into the big leagues, right? And scale up to 200, 250, 300 closings, right? And then shoot for that 500, and then anything is possible after that. Well, what Gary and I have slowly figured out is you can make a living by selling 7 houses. And so when you start talking about exchange of value with leads, data management, marketing, all of the things that we all love and talk about and have to stay competitive with, it's like, what? I don't get it. Nope, that's a scam. Nope, I can't do that, right? And so, and they don't have caps up there or, anything like that. And so they see 80-20 and boom, they back out like immediately. And so I've had to restructure how we get them information and lead off with, you will never pay more than 16,000. And I lead with the cap. And they're like, what? And then it's like, well, and then they're like, well, what's the split then? And it's like 80-20. How is that possible? Right. And it's a big magic trick to them. Right. And so even getting them to handwrite the math to get to icon, because, okay, you sell 3 houses, you cap, you sell 5 houses, you cap, you sell 23, 25, you're an icon agent. Right. And here's the simple math. And I have them write it out. It still was being lost in translation with trust. And so what we built, and maybe let me just go ahead and we'll hide.
Lost sound.
You lost sound?
Okay, there you go.
We lost sound. All right. So, okay. So, all right. There we go. Sorry, we lost sound for a minute. So this is from a live person that I talked to today. Shout out to Summer down in San Antonio. And she got me with this guy. And he's right at an icon agent. And so he's out of Austin doing about 25 deals right there, give or take. And average sales price about 600,000, getting 3% on most of his deals. So the GCI, is 450,000. 25 closings. Took him 5 deals or 4.5 homes to cap, and so the TC fee that kicks in after they cap, that was 20 deals, right? And so then he would pay them the 5,000, which triggers him to become an icon, at that time. And so, yes, he'll be awarded the stock back to him, the $85, right, to get all the tech, your business essentials, everything, plus some, and then the broker review fee, and everything is broke out here. And then to the right, they can see their cost and their GCI, and then EXP's cost was, what was that, 33 or 23,000 something? I can't see, it's a little fuzzy on my end, but I don't have the original sheet pulled up, but 23,000, something. And he was awarded back obviously the 16,000 in the form of equity and shares of this company. And I think I can't
actual
see
cost 7,000.
So 7,000. So $7,000, and he was paying way more than that. And then we go down here and we can factor in the $200 per closing. You want to highlight that? $200 per closing. Obviously he's selling 4 or 5 houses a year, so he's guaranteed to get the $400, $600 in stock every single year, right? And so we are able, even like this sheet, we can throttle back and forth between Canada, what the exchange is at, the lead generation, all of these different things, because up in Canada, they don't care about a lot of the different things that you think that we would care about, that start a conversation off with value, leads, support, whatever it may be. They don't care about any of that. Get to the money and the brass tacks. And so we built this initially for Canada, and then we added in the United States, and then we added in the revenue share piece to it, the builder, which, I mean, it just is what it is with that. You guys understand it, but we have more sophisticated sheets, for that piece of it. But just getting to what is it going to save me, or what is it going to cost me right now off my current deals and my current business if nothing changes, right? And then I've also been using this sheet with my single agents, or when people want me to talk to a single agent like today, and I showed this icon, or they talk about the cost, or I've seen different things visually. He's like, but no one showed me where every single dollar went, and then how every single dollar would come back off every activity or behavior in terms of net money. Now, this don't have, net in terms of like what he's paying for marketing or admin or anything, like just pure GCI, right? And so if you guys want this, hit Gary up. And for you guys that are working with agents and single agents, this will be amazing for you guys. So other than that, Gary, I think that's all I had tonight, unless, I mean, you're also running Iron Sharpens Iron and doing, some other stuff. So, maybe kind of, you've been rocking with me for how long now? How long has it been?
What, about going on 5 months? Seems like 4 months.
Feels like 5 years, man. You jumped into a storm. Yeah. You jumped into a storm with me.
Yes, it was a fire pit, but that's the ecosystem I'm from. We're cut from the same cloth, right? So it's just like we picked up where we left off, right? It just had that connection. No, Iron Sharpens Iron. We're revamping that, and we're getting more lean and higher expectations. So we put that on pause for a couple of days, and now we're going to relaunch it on Monday. But the ones that are going to be in there, Richard, Lauren, Amanda, a few of the other people, it's like it's all in. We're not going to tolerate any excuses, no more absences. Your sheets got to be filled out, your accountabilities, you got role play, you got to have your daily objections, you got to participate. It's all about accountability. And so, as you guys know, in today's market, on the buy and sell side with agents and the agent attraction side, it's all skill set. It's we've been used to that low hanging fruit, but now agents are more educated, and so with Iron Sharpens Iron, we're still following the process with the videos and everything else, but we're adding different layers to it. We're customizing it, and it's a good group, man. I love it. It's a good group.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everything you're doing. I mean, we got to keep the main thing for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to unlock that level 7, because I'm leaving about, if you guys actually want to know, take about 450, maybe 500 agents I'm not getting paid on right now. However, Gary is doing an amazing job taking the overflow of coaching, taking just like when the shift hit, the shit hit the fan. Like more people were reaching out than ever before, and so I appreciate the people that didn't quit on their self. Like they stepped up because I there was a point in time I was working day and night, and there was a point in time Gary is working like he is right now with me day and night to get all of this stuff figured out and to handle group coaching, single coaching, agent attraction, build new systems, and they've built a lot and done a lot. So I just want to say I appreciate you, Gary,
Yeah.
and I appreciate all of you guys. Oh yeah, tomorrow, boom, I forgot. I'm presenting. There's a team in Atlanta. His name's James Macy or something like that. He has about 1,200 agents. I've been running into him at masterminds, and he's like, dude, my people love you. And he's like, every time I meet you, he's like, I learned something new from you. And so he asked me to be, I thought was just going to be a panel or speaking for 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. I was like, yeah, no problem, because usually people work in other people or whatever. And then, they started emailing me in the last week about, content and other things. I'm like, this is easy. What are you talking about? And then I emailed her back and I said, am I carrying the whole hour for like your whole group or whatever? And so they're like, yeah. And so look forward to the link. We'll drop the link where you guys can sign in over there. Gary is going to join me and we're going to talk about some of the new processes we built. And for some of you guys that don't know me or don't know my story, I'm going to start off from ground zero over there, making $300, a week to ramp up to what I've done and what we gambled and what we bankrolled into this, problems we faced, victories we've had to current date. So feel free to jump over there tomorrow. I think it's 12 o'clock Eastern time zone, and I'll post the link here over here, and I'll post it on Instagram and a few other places. Send it to your new people, guys. If you guys got people on the fence or you guys want to come hang out with us, come check that out tomorrow. And then next week, also, I forgot one of the biggest things. Next week, we're going to be I will be presenting the model for during the sprint series. I do this about 3 to 5 months out of the year. And normally we do it on Thursday's call. However, Thursday's call is going to be shifting into maybe where we can, but we got some feedback, but shifting into where like Josh can be highlighted or some other people that are doing phenomenal things in the network and outside the network on Thursdays. And, Gary can kind of facilitate that. And then I can help facilitate that. And then our new mastermind call that will get started with, with the initiative with Matt Smith and things like that. But Wednesday is probably going to be the day, and it's going to be Wednesday afternoon. It's just me and Gary was talking about this before we hopped on here. We have the Canadian conversion call, and I have a lot of projects tied into traditional sales where I deal with things on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But I'm thinking Wednesday next week I'm going to present the model. So start gearing your people up, and then every week I will be live presenting the model at whatever day and whatever time we commit to. And the next day, or definitely before Monday, it'll be stuck with that. And it probably could be Wednesday at 2 o'clock, maybe. What time is the Canadian conversion call over with, Gary?
It's for an hour, and it's over our
we
time.
Got new slides, new content, new year, guys. Let's go on a sprint.
Yes, 11 to 12. Pacific time is a Canadian call. So
okay, all right. So Wednesday afternoon, we're gonna do it, and that's what we're gonna stick to is Wednesday afternoons. New slides. I'll be presenting the model with our story, also baked in with some other value for what we're doing with some of our other traditional teams. And boom, we're gonna go on a run. Every time I do this, guys, during the sprint series, it always happens this time of year, and we always get a big bump out of our business. All right. And a lot of people ask me why I don't do it year round. There's a couple of different reasons for that, but the time is now where you guys are going to hear me start to break down the model and present every single week. So get your people sent to these webinars, and we're going to do it. There was something else that I wanted to cover in terms of EXPCon. Get your EXPCon tickets, guys. All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to post. I don't have this 100% ready or done yet, but I got slides from the corporate call today, and let me. Okay, right here. All right, let me go right here, and let me share my screen back. Let me make this that screen, and I'm gonna. So right here we have downloadables that just came out about EXPCon. All right. And I threw some stuff in here. All right. And if you guys are looking to be a speaker at EXPCon, let me know. And they're wanting me to build a list of up and coming talent that could run a breakout session, could end up speaking on a panel. And so they told us today that they're doubling down on the content. This will be the biggest event EXP has ever put on. And I'm telling you, EXP Con last year was amazing and off the charts. And they're saying that they're going to outkick Brent's build event that actually was our private mastermind that just happened. And I don't know how they're going to do that, because that thing was phenomenal. And so I can get you guys the shareables, and I'm going to finish some of these slides out because I had to get, I had to re-download PowerPoint, you know, and some other things like that. But if you think that you are without a doubt going to be at EXPCon and you would like to speak or be on a panel or be a part of EXPCon in terms of the leadership from the front of the room, or be vocal, put your name and put EXPCon speaking next to it, and I'll reach out to you, and then we'll go from there. But I'll upload the video, the downloadables, you know, and all that stuff soon. I wasn't done working on the stuff today. But anyways, get your tickets, guys, and get there. The builders are at these events, and this is where the magic happens. And so, you know, people have been asking, where can I, you know, get the edibles to make posts and market it? And there's also a video contest, and I will share that with you guys as well. But anyways, hopefully you guys appreciate it. And that is what August in review, the month in review, guys. Gary, you got anything else, or are we done?
We done. Let's grow.
We got to
go.
get ready.
Let's
we
get
gotta
it.
get ready. We got to get ready for tomorrow. I'll post the link, but we're going to show them what's up tomorrow and show them how top agent experts do it out there in Atlanta. They want smoke. We're going to bring it. Just do it. Later, guys.